Senor Tequilas, 4 pounds over. And finally, in the 9th race, race 9, scratch 2, Gold Council. Note that number 10, Grazed, will run and will be ridden by Armando Aguilar. Armando Aguilar to ride number 10, Grazed. Scratch 11, Our Bucky Charm. And scratch 12, Geezer. 2, 11, 12 out of race number 9. Those are the changes for today's racing program. Post time for the first race, 12:30. Best of luck today where the turf meets the surf at Del Mar.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Del Mar for closing weekend of the Fall Meeting 2025. 3 days to wrap things up. I'm Kurt Hoover along with my friend Ryan Anderson, and we were just looking at the shot here of the beautiful beach and the coast here, and it is picture perfect today, Ryan. It's almost summer-like weather, good racing, nice to be here.
It is, yeah. No, beautiful day today. We have the FanDuel Turf Festival kicking off.
Yeah.
This weekend starts today with the Turf Cup, and I mean, yeah, that shot was cinematic to start us off, so I love it.
Yeah, driving down this morning from St. Clement, I looked out to the ocean, and I've lived here my whole life, and I looked out there and said, boy, I'm taking things for granted. This is absolutely beautiful. Let's make some money. It's a very difficult card, as you noted, Ryan. It's the FanDuel Racing Turf Festival. Most of these races carry over from the late, great Hollywood Park. That's why we got the Hollywood Turf Cup later today. Let's dive right in. Race number 1, 5 furlongs on the turf.
Yeah, race number 1, 5 furlong for maidens. I ended up going with the number 7, Velvet Dream on top. Haven't seen this filly in a while, but by Vacoma, they're always precocious with the first-time starters. I really liked that effort last time out. Dueled up on the front. The horse that dueled with finished, I think, second to last in that race. Held on for second, finishing behind La Vie Lumiere, who I believe runs tomorrow in one of the Turf Cup races. So we haven't seen her in a while, but she comes back. I hope to see a step forward, a general progression into her late 2-year-old season now, and there's not a whole lot of early speed in here.
Yeah.
And then I went with the number 6, Velvet Lily, second, the second of 2 John Sadler entrants in here, but I really like that 3 furlong work coming in, the blowout, get some speed into her. I expect to maybe see her a little prominent early, so 7-6 for me.
Yeah, I thought a difficult race to kick things off. I didn't have a strong opinion, but I picked the 9 Counterbalance. Coming off the freshening from Michael McCarthy, good solid work tab, Kimura ride, she get a nice stalking kind of trip. And in the 4, Eva Lee, a firster for Sadler, out of an unraced mare, but a good solid work tab. I thought a very tough first race, and again, no strong opinion in the opener. All right, race number 2. We were just discussing this race here before we went on, Ryan, and the horse who I think would have won is out. Be Punctual would have been a short price and looked like a winner. This is a tough race to sort through. The favorites got beat a long ways last time. Horses are dropping in class. How do you sort this one out?
Yeah, I picked Contrary Chieftain in second. I don't know what to do with that horse at this point, though. I ended up going to number 6, Northern Quest on top. Came out to Del Mar last time after shipping in from Albuquerque. Ran respectably. I mean, the number holds up pretty strong. You get a jockey upgrade to Mirko DeMuro here. Again, that number fits, and that was against $14,000 claimers. Drops now to $5,000 for a bit of a Black Friday sale. I know he's 8, but there's not much in this race, so I went 6-1 for me.
I went the same way, Ryan. Northern Quest, one thing about Northern Quest, he is a pro. He's 16 for 77. He's run well in Southern California in the past, and he catches a, let's call it a soft field here. Contrary Chieftain, the biggest plus for me is Kimura gets on board. So 6-1 for me in race number 2. Third race, Scratch the 8, Gray Matter. Another good gambling race here in race 3.
Very good gambling race. I'm going to be pretty spready in any horizontals that I play. Heads and Beds can, of course, win. This is the 5th career start, and I think is finally kind of meeting his friends. Still picked Heads and Beds in second. I do think the number 10 Sparrow to the far outside has a good shot. I like that effort 2 back. I like how Neil Drysdale's brought this horse along. Has had some trouble kind of staying at the races, being on the racetrack, but this one appears to be going well, and I like the effort on turf 2 back, so I'm going to look to that and hope to see some improvement here. So 10-5 for me.
I like a price horse in her. I do like the 3 Robin with a Y. If this filly can run back to her debut, she will win. She ran super in her debut way back at San Diego when Carmona rode her for Paul Aguirre. Then she got caught up in some fast paces. She had some troubled trips. I like the fact Maldonado gets on board. Good steady work tab for Aguirre, and she's a fair price. So I went to the 6 Robin with a Y on top. Heads and Beds comes off a decent effort. Should get a nice stalking trip also. So 3-5 for me in race number 3. 4th race kicks off the pick 6, and Ryan, I'm a pick 6 player through and through, and the first thing I do when I'm handicapping the pick 6 is handicap the pick 6. That sounds silly, but what I mean, can this carry over? Is this hittable? This has got carryover to me written all over it. What do you think?
I agree. I think there's a couple races where you can maybe have somewhat of a strong lean in there, maybe in the Hollywood Turf Cup, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but those other races are wide open. They can go any number of directions. I ended up in the first leg of the pick 6 in race number 4, going with the number 6, Sexy Blue, to the far outside. I know she's kind of racked up those seconds and thirds and is 0 for 11, but she's yet to be favored. She's going to be favored today, and she's kind of run to her odds when you look through there. She's never been, the horse that's supposed to win. I think she's supposed to win today.
Found her friends today.
Exactly. Found her friends. So the number 6, Sexy Blue, I thought was interesting. And number 5, All in the Game. It's just that Craig Lewis second time out angle where he can rapidly improve those horses. I like when he goes turf to dirt, and seeing J.J. Hernandez Hernandez stick aboard is more of a confidence for sure. So 6-5 for me in race 4.
So that was a key. Hernandez stays aboard a horse who didn't break, got beat 20-something lengths, and he stays on board. I picked the 2 just to guess. Chan's Into Mischief. The Dam was a debut winner by 4 lengths at Santa Rosa on the fair circuit. That's the only time she ran, but she's had 6 winners. So I put the 2 on top. Everything you said about the 6 I agree with. She's drawn outside. This looks like her race to win, kind of her turn today. 2-6 to tip off the pick 6. It does not get easier in the 5th race. I could make a case for every horse in this field. I think it's another really good, interesting race.
It's a very wide open race. I'm right there with you. I ended up going 6-5 again, but I could use probably 5 horses in here and still not feel entirely confident. I did think the 6, Mucho del Oro, got the best draw in terms of the speed horses, drawn to the far outside, cutting back from going 6.5 in the grade 2 Eddie D last time out. I always look for in these, non-winners of 2, non-winners of 1, other than horses that have gone above that class level before. And this is a horse that's dropping down in for the tag today. 10-time winner from 25 lifetime starts. George Papadromos had a white hot Del Mar meet and is very close. He's in the lead for the training title right now. So I think Mucho del Oro cutting back the furlong and a half from the down the hill race. I think 5 furlong hits him right between the eyes. I'm willing to excuse the Gulfstream Park turf sprint, the only 5 furlong effort on the page, where he was so far out of it that time. So I'll go 6 on top with the 5 in Canto underneath from off the pace.
I looked up George's stats. George Papadromo 9 for 25 coming into today, 36%, and a lot of those horses were not 6-5 shots. He is absolutely rolling. I took a shot on the 4 Regal Patriot. I think this horse is getting better. Steve Knapp has had a very good meet, and I like the way this horse ran first time in the non-winners 2 condition. And Tiago Pereira quietly is riding really well. He's having a great meet. Good to see him back in action after that spill here in the summer. So Regal Patriot on top for me. I do like the way Ericus won on the outside. He should get a good stalking trip. And even Patron d'Oro. If you watch that race, that was the race where he was declared a non-starter. That was the right call. He might have won if he broke. I mean, he broke horrendous, made a big run. I thought he finished well. He changed his barns again, but he's capable, and that was a very good effort as a non-starter. 4-8 for me with the 1 sprinkled in. 6th race tips off the late pick 4. 6-pack goes in this one.
Yeah, this race is no easier than race number 5. Race 6, very wide open optional claiming affair for the 2-year-olds. I ended up going with the 2 El Rankin. I like the progression of this horse. I like those last 2 efforts coming in here. Really put things together last time out. The maiden optional claiming level when not up for sale that day. Comes right back here protected for Peter Miller, who's had a sneaky solid meet. Only 3 wins, but has 6 second-place finishes. So his horses have been firing. Ricky Gonzalez aboard again, kind of put all the pieces together. I expect this one to be forward, and in a race going 5.5 furlongs, that's always key.
Yeah, a very tough race. Again, I picked AP again in for the 50, winning this condition already. O'Neill's got a pair in here. And then El Rankin ran well. And even the bottom, Franslot Keller, I know he didn't beat much, but Ryan, I wrote down miles the best. This horse was so far the best. It says bit slow. I thought very slow. Got down inside, tried hard. Miles the best, and could win right back in this field.
Very well could.
7th race is the Grade 2 Hollywood Turf Cup, part of the FanDuel Racing Turf Festival. $200,000 purse. Last year's winner is back, Truly Quality. Find it really interesting that an older horse takes off the blinkers, which he's had on for a long, long time. So blinkers off, Truly Quality. How do you see today's Turf Cup?
Yeah, it's an interesting move to take the blinkers off at this stage in his career, but I still think Truly Quality is miles the horse to beat. Just seems to have the class angle against all of these. Every time he's shown up against these West Coast foes, he hasn't disappointed. He's always beaten them. So I think this is the right spot for Truly Quality to get another repeat victory in this event. And I went with the number 5, Grogu, a horse who I really think appreciated the stretch out in distance last time to the 10 furlongs, gets even more distance today. So I went 7-5 for me to try and spice things up in the exotics.
Yeah, a bit of an obsession horse for me. I've chased 911 Turbo for the last couple of years. Todd Schrupp and I have both chased him. We're going to do it one more time. He likes this course. He ran 2nd in a race that's no longer in the PPs, the Del Mar Handicap here a couple of years ago on closing day. I thought he ran okay last time. He can run all day. The further, the better. Likes the course, and he's a fair price. So I went to the 4-horse 911 Turbo on top. Truly Quality is the horse to beat, no doubt. I put him 2nd. And Balnikov intrigues me, Ryan, because last time out, when I was doing the homework, that was the first time in his 36-year career he had ever raced on Lasix. He had never been on Lasix, and he really kicked away nicely. But because it's a stake, he's back off Lasix. So anyway, he did win nice, and he's an old pro. 4-7 for me in the Turf Cup. All right, 8th race, maiden claimers, first half of the late double. I don't know if you like any prices here, Ryan. I could only see the 3 favorites, and I don't know which one of the 3 is going to win.
I'm right with you. I was 2-1 in here. Chief Resident, Antonio Fresu aboard for Mark Glatt, first time out. I like to see Fresu, land here with this option. Glatt's very strong with this move. This purchase price was only $26,000.
Yeah.
So the debut for maiden 20 makes all the sense in the world. But Glatt is 7 for 24. That's 26%. Excuse me. $2.86 ROI with these first-time starters in the state-bred maiden claiming rank. So this is something he does very well. I think Chief Resident should beat this group first time out. And then the 1, Matt's Advisor, has had some solid races, given it Emerald Downs, maybe a little bit of a lesser track, but nonetheless has been consistent and might step up versus this group. I don't think it's going to take too much.
No, has shown ability, which is a big plus in this group. Chief Resident, I picked on top 2. The Dams had 4 winners. One of those was a debut winner. It was long on the turf, but nonetheless a debut winner. And Matt's Advisor second. The only other horse I could see winning is a 6 Wave with Envy, because the horse has speed and draws outside. So 2-1-6 in race number 8. All right, 9th and final. Scratch the 2 Gold Council. Scratch 11 and 12. The 10 Grays does get in. Make the rider Armando Aguilar. Rispoli's first call is inside with Minister Shane. I thought another good gambling race to close things out. Jet Evader is an old pro. He's always the horse to beat. He doesn't win a lot, but he is a tough horse, and he is the horse to beat here.
Yeah, he doesn't win a lot, and that's why I only picked him in second, just because he kind of has that propensity to not finish off races. That being said, he's another one where the cut back to 5 furlongs might hit him between the eyes.
Yeah.
Certainly with the rails out at 24 feet as well, I'd expect Fresu to kind of send hard out of there and see how far he can go. But this race could go any number of directions. I ended up with the number 4, Glorious Life, on top. Last time out, I'm willing to excuse that effort. It looked very uncomfortable going across that dirt crossing at Santa Anita, which was something we often see from a lot of these. 2 strong efforts here over the summer going the 5 furlong race, or 5 furlong distance rather, over this turf course. Carla Gaines always has these runners ready, and I like the stalking kind of pace style that he's shown. So 4-5 for me in the last.
Yeah, I picked Jet Evader. I just like this horse. He's just a tough old horse. I thought he ran very well in defeat. He's a horse who likes time in between races. He's got it. Fresu rides for Pete Urton. The horse who drew in, I thought, had to look great, shortening up. His route race last time was a little flat, but his sprint 2 back was good. He's going to come running late. 5-10 for me, but I could see a lot of different scenarios playing out in the 9th race. Ryan, I truly think it's going to carry over. I just don't see a place where you can single today. At least I can't with any confidence.
Yeah, the only single I really have would be Truly Quality, but that's a wide open race, and any of those horses, if on their best day, if they show up, they could beat that horse. So it's going to be a tough sequence, but hey, if we get a carryover into tomorrow, no complaints there.
Shame about the weather, Ryan. We'll try and battle it out today. Ryan, thanks for your time. We'll see you closing day.
Yes, closing day.
Ryan Anderson has been my guest. Thanks to all of you for joining us. Picture perfect weather in Southern California, and a very challenging good card kicks off in about 39 minutes.